All right, this is basically just a fly on the wall video of how I go about the process of carving down the neck. This is the Grizzly Bear theme mandolin. So you can see the neck is rather dobro-esque. So I'm gonna do the final shaping and profiling once the frets are in, because as I carve the neck, I like to be able to fret the actual fingerboard and see how it feels with the frets. Again, it won't have the strings, but it gives me a pretty good idea of how it's gonna feel and everything. So right now, the thickness of just the walnut part of the neck, again, this is not including the ebony fingerboard, it's about like 18 millimeters from here to here. And so again, I draw a line just along the ridge line of, or the spine of that, just so that I don't use the rasp, chisel, or spokeshave on that, so it can maintain a nice even ridge line. So what I use are just a chisel, spokeshave, scrapers, so these things, and then one of these coarse rasps, at least initially. So right now I'm just, again, make sure the chisels are sharp, and as you can see, maybe not, I leave a lot of material on the neck when I glue the fingerboard on, and I'm gonna basically use the chisel to carve this walnut away so that it's just nice flush, and then I can start rounding it. You have to be super careful of grain run out, grain direction. Just kind of take it slow and easy here. And everybody's different, but the chisel approach I use is I use the flat part of the chisel to rest it on the surface, and then I anchor these 4 fingers onto, like in this case, part of the neck and the vise, and then I always like to use my thumb to really push the chisel along. I don't really use my right hand that's holding the handle. I kind of mainly use the right hand as a supportive assistive device, but it's really the thumb that I'm using to get the momentum and control the direction. Again, not the hand that's holding the handle, but the thumb. And I like that because the fingers are anchored. The thumb can really control, you know, left, right, forward, diagonal, and it can also help control the finer pivoting if you do hit any grain run out. So again, I anchor these fingers onto the vise, something that's not going to move, and then use the flat part of the chisel, and the thumb just kind of helps push and direct the chisel along. Make sure, obviously this is with everything sharp that you use, that if you were to hit something and something would kind of go in a weird direction, make sure you're not going to just tear this finger. So kind of have it anchored down below and out of the path, the potential path of the chisel. And again, a technique I use a lot when I'm working the wood down is I will kind of round the edge and then take the crown of it off. And that just, to me, is a nice, efficient way to work the material down in a very uniform way. Reduces grain run out. When I get close to where the neck joins the body, I'm going to kind of leave some extra material right here, and I'll just use files for that part. So right, so just that little bit I'll kind of show you. You can kind of see this is slowly, again, using a light source can help kind of show you how you're profiling it, any highs and lows. So obviously ways to go. I'm gonna leave this part, one of the last parts. Sometimes it's a game day decision with how I'm gonna round and profile this. I kind of like to see like what's the overall flow concept. Is there just a neat little direction you could have this go into, not just some symmetrical, predictable flow. So again, things nobody really cares about or sees, but to me, I don't know. I try to create a flow there. Anyway, I'm gonna start carving this more, and the grizzly bear mandolin is slowly coming to life. That backboard is pretty awesome.